Hello, welcome to Sona Motivates. Sona motivates you to eat healthy, be happy, and enjoy every moment. Welcome to our spice series, week 4, cumin seeds, 3 health benefits you shouldn't miss at all, and especially when it says weight loss. Yes, so we are going to talk a little bit about how this spice is we can help lose weight. Okay, so today's interesting question I'm thinking of asking is, have you guys ever tried any of a weight loss program or any kind of fat diet? I would really like to know about it because a lot of people try different things. So just give me a minute. I want to log in the iPad here so I can answer the questions asked. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so have you tried any kind of weight loss program or any kind of diet? Recently, I hear a lot about these kind of, I think it's a keto diet, but I do feel it's pretty much like Atkins. But that is one diet I am hearing, and then there were many of them. But when we came to United States, yeah, that time I tried a special K diet, and it suggested that we had to eat cereals in the morning, a bowl in the afternoon, at lunch, and then at dinner I had what we usually had. So that's how I lost weight at that time. But then after started studying about the nutrition, and after my degree, during my degree, and after my knowledge of what I got um, from dietetics, I got to know it's not about the diet. It was all about me consuming enough calories, and also definitely about what kind of food I was incorporating in my diet. So it's not about what you eat. I think it's about what you restrict while you are on certain kind of diet. But I'm going to talk about this later when we are going to go to that health benefit about the diet. So let me think. I'm not. Just give me a minute because I'm not able to see the comments. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. Oh, here you go. Now I can see. Okay. So, guys, today's topic, rather today's spice is cumin. Cumin seeds. Cumin is one of the very important spice in our Indian cooking. So almost all the curries, many of those, let me say that they start with the tempering, and the tempering, we have most of the curries either use mustard seeds or cumin seeds or both. So in most of our curries, our tempering starts with mustard seeds and cumin seeds. In our cooking class, that's what I talk about, that we have to be very careful. What it's not about what spices it's not only about what spices we add, but it's also about in what series in succession, what when we add those spices. So it really makes huge difference because we don't want to burn the spices, otherwise the flavor will go bad. So that's what we are going to talk about is cumin. Okay, so let me show you first what type of spices. These are our cumin seeds. Okay, now what happens with the cumin is these are little, they are brown yellow in color. They are long, and they have 8 ridges around them from top to bottom. That's how they look like. I hope you're able to see those. That's what we are going to talk about. Okay, I see Nimisha. Hi Nimisha, thank you for joining in. So yeah, this is how the cumin looks like. Please go ahead and ask any questions if you guys have any of the questions regarding the cumin seeds. Now, cumin, this is how it looks. That's what I told about. We also add cumin in 2 different forms in Indian cooking. And we are going to talk more about how we can add them in the non-ethnic cooking as well. So this is one way, that's the seeds, directly we add seeds, and this is the another way, this is the powder, in the powder form. So we do add cumin in the powder form or in this form. So this is the ground cumin and these are the cumin seeds. Many of the times actually cumins are, people get confused with cumin with the caraway seeds. They are pretty much similar, but they are maybe a little, they are circular, they are a little shorter than the cumin, and cumin is longer. So that's the difference, and definitely their difference in their aroma and their taste. Huge difference. Okay, so cumin, first it was cultivated in Iran and in the Mediterranean regions only. But later, it started, spreading. A lot of people started liking them, so people started cultivating them all around the Europe, and now China and India are the most manufacturing countries of cumin. So cumins are manufactured more in India and China. And India is the largest manufacturer of cumin seeds and the greatest consumer as well. So I think 90% of the cumin is consumed in India. So Indians love cumin. And do you guys know that cumin is the second most popular spice which is around the world? So people do use, the first most popular is black pepper. So after black pepper, cumin is the most used spice. Then I just told about how cumin looks, and let's talk a little bit about those who have joined me. Please tell me if you guys use cumin. If yes, please let me know how you use them. Where do you use them? So, like I said, we do use them in tempering. We do use the ground cumin almost in all curries because they add the flavor, texture, and aroma to the curry. But please just let me know how do you use cumin. So I do see here a lot of people joining me. Thank you on the Instagram as well as on my Facebook page here. So welcome Archana with the live cumin FB live. Hi Pratibha, thank you for joining in. Thank you Nimisha, and thank you for the likes and love. So let me know guys, leave your comments that how do you use cumin. So what do you do exactly with the cumin or cumin powder? I'm going to definitely add at the end how we can use cumin for the weight loss, because there are a lot of health benefits and a lot of studies have proved that cumin can be very helpful in losing weight and being healthy. So do leave your comments. So let me know, I actually have asked 2 questions since our the FB live started. So the first one is, have you ever used any weight loss plan? Hi Leah, thank you for joining in. Thank you for saying hello. So let me know if you have any kind of diet you have ever used, like Atkins, keto, or any other kind. I think in one of, yeah, hello Ai, thank you for joining in. So about the weight loss, and also if you use cumin or cumin powder, let me know how you use them. Okay, so leave your comments in the comment section. We can take them. Okay, so the first just now we talked about where cumin grew. So it started with Iran and Mediterranean region, and then now India is the most largest manufacturer of cumin seeds. Okay, this is how they look. They have a very earthy, warm, and a very peculiar taste. So sometimes people might have to get used to it. So maybe you start with very little seeds first, and then eventually you can start increasing them. 1 teaspoon a day is more than enough for any person. But like last time we talked, nutmeg and cinnamon, they can, if used in excess, they can create problems. But cumin, I have never heard about any of the controversial issues with cumin. So you can definitely go till 1 tablespoon a day, and it's okay to use that much, because it's not that and it doesn't cause any health hazard. Then cumin powder is the most essential ingredient in curry powder. So down the lane, maybe one of our Facebook live video series will be making this powder. So I thought I can talk about the making taco seasonings or even the curry powder, and we can make those live here. So that way it's just not about what kind of spices to use and how, but you can also have those powders ready, so you can just sprinkle them and have health benefits of many spices at the same time. So I hear Nimisha saying in summer we add cumin powder in lemonade with mint leaves. Oh, I know that. It's so cooling. Yes, definitely. And I think we call it, there is a specific name for it. Somehow I forgot of, but yeah, that's a very good suggestion. Thank you. I use in tamales. Okay, so Chroma is saying he used in tamales. So that's a good way of using cumin. And Pratibha is suggesting in summer cumin water is very cooling. Definitely, it's very cooling. It's very soothing, and definitely, I think so because of summer, your metabolism slows down, and you're not. I don't think the digest somehow you do you feel because you drink a lot of water. You don't feel very you don't feel like eating a lot, but that time these cumin water helps you for the digestion, and that's what where I'm heading towards. Cumin, yes, jaljeera, yes, thank you very much. I was somehow, yeah, thank you guys. Jaljeera, that's what we call it. And jal is water, and jeera is cumin, so that makes sense. Yeah, it's called jaljeera. Thank you. So yeah, the first health benefit of cumin is it's very good for digestion. That's the most important benefit because it helps digestion. So thymol from cumin is known to stimulate the stimulate the glands that secrete the digestive enzymes. So because it has that thymol, it helps to secrete the digestive juices, and that's when the digestion process started. It helps a lot. This stimulation helps to start digesting your food as soon as you started you consuming. So it really helps to clean the system. This cumin, it accelerates the digestive process, thus helping your gut fight any kind of digestive issues. Now, not only with the digestion, but it has carminative properties. So it helps reduce flatulence. It leaves so it helps your guts, your stomach to have no issues with any aches or abdominal pains. And it's also used during menstruation cycles for people ladies to get relief of those abdominal cramps. So cumin is it helps a lot in digestion process. What can you do is even for constipation, before lunch or dinner, you have to chew or maybe a couple of these cumin seeds before lunch or dinner. Just chew them and then drink water and then have your food. This helps reduce constipation. So cumin helps a lot in constipation, especially with kids. What happens, I think, because they don't drink a lot of water these days, especially with my son, I can see, because they're so busy playing. Somehow water is not in their list, drinking water. So when he had some issues of these stomach issues, I did use a lot of cumin for him, and it helped him. So yes, cumin helps for the digestion, and also for IBS. Those who suffer from IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, sorry, they can use cumin in a pomegranate juice. So what they can do is just maybe a cup of pomegranate juice. You add maybe a spoonful of cumin powder and sip it the whole day. Sip that juice with the cumin powder. It helps just get the relief from the IBS symptoms. So those who are suffering from IBS, cumin is your best friend here. It helps to soothe the irritated gut. Okay, and I do see more people joining in. Thank you very much, Kunal Purkar. All foodie people are here. Yes, thank you, Kunal, for joining. Thank you, Sampada, for joining. The benefit of cumin was good to know. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you like the benefit of cumin. But this is just the first one, so stay tuned for more, because the last one is really helpful. And I have been studying about it for a while, and I do see a little difference when people use this. So apart from the Indian cooking and this, what do you think, how we can include cumin in your diet, either cumin or cumin powder? So the one of them is any kind of beans. When you cook the beans, black beans or lima beans or white beans, just add a spoonful of either cumin seeds while cooking, or the cumin powder goes very well with it. Of course, Indian lentils, any kind of dals and curries, we can definitely use them. Then cumin, do those who are meat eaters, those who are not vegans, they can use cumin for marination, for rubbing them on the lamb or pork or even in the meatloaf. Then some of the people do like cumin in their omelets. Yes, people do use spices in the omelets, and in most of the time back home, we actually add red chili powder and then all these spicy things in our omelets. So after coming to United States, it was a little different, that the omelets didn't have any veggies of this. So we do add onions and cilantros and tomatoes in the omelets, and with these spices, and cumin goes very well with the omelet. Then of course, any roast potatoes, if you roast potatoes, you can sprinkle all them. Some of the people actually, they like to maybe I think it's watermelon or any kind of fruits, they like to sprinkle a little salt and cumin powder on that. So that's also one way of consuming cumin. Then I recently read about, I haven't used it, but probably that's a good idea too, maybe hummus and even guac. So some people add to their hummus when they make it, or even if you bring the store-bought one, just add a half teaspoon of the cumin powder in it, or even in the ready-made guacamole. But at our family, we always make fresh guac at home, and next time I'm going to try adding the cumin powder with it. But the powder here I just showed, actually it has coriander seeds powder as well, and in most of our household it's always with the cumin and coriander powder together. That's how we use it. But so this is basically not only the ground cumin, but it also has a little bit of coriander seeds powder, and we are going to tackle this later in some weeks about the coriander seeds as the spice, how we can use and what are their health benefits. So this was about, these are the uses of cumin. Hey, hi Mindy, thank you for joining in. Please ask any of the questions you would like to know about cumin. What Pratima is saying, you can use cumin powder along with other spices to marinate chicken and fish. It gives a nice smoky flavor. Oh, awesome, that's a very good idea. I have actually never used cumin powder in the marination of any kind of meat or fish at all. But next time I'm going to try it. I'm sure it is tasting good, because there is nothing bad, and it does have a very, very good aroma. Of course, I had to develop aroma for cinnamon and for nutmeg. I already like, as soon as you open, you like it. That's how it started with me. But with cumin, I had to develop to the smell. But it's good. It's not great, but it's good. Then hi Mindy, if you have any question about cumin, or you have ever used any cumin powder, let us know. And we are going to talk something about the weight loss thing here. So if you have ever tried any weight loss program or any kind of diet, don't forget to leave about it in our comments, so we know what kind of weight loss you have tried and how it helped you. Now, the second health benefit, the first one is it helps aids digestion, and the second is it fights common cold, sore throat, and of course it relieves from cough. So we do use, actually, I think it's we do use honey, ginger, and cloves in sore throat all the time. That's our home remedy. But I started using cumin as well, and it helps a lot, because cumin have that antiseptic properties in it. So cumin with thymol, like I said, it has that compound for digestive juices. It also have some antiseptic compounds in cumin, and they help they help fight common cold and viral infections. So what we can do is, if the continuous use of cumin can help you find these viral infections, if your kids get sick often, please try to use cumin as much possible. Now, cumin also suppresses the development of coughing in respiratory system, since it dries up the mucus. So those kids who are, you have those kind of asthma problems, try to use cumin. Maybe cumin water, sipping cumin water is a good idea. It helps remove it dries the mucus. Cumin also helps strengthen the immune system, and so that's one of the ways that it helps fight the infection. So maybe before the winter starts, if we start using the cumin powder or cumin from now, I think we can see the difference by the time it's winter, because then you have been using cumin for a while. Now there is one cumin tea which we can make, and that's the same cumin water. What you can do is maybe roast 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds at night, and you have to make sure that you roast them very lightly, because that's what we teach in our cooking classes is you have to add cumin at the end of the tempering before adding any veggies to the curry, because what happens, cumin has a tendency to burn right away. So if you are going to make this cumin water, make sure you on a very low and medium heat warm these cumin seeds for maybe a minute or so. As soon as this you smell the aroma, as soon as you see they have that changed a little color, maybe add a cup or two of water. Let it sit for the whole night. Boil it for maybe 5 minutes. Let it sit for the whole night, and then the next morning, this is our cumin tea or water. So you can add, if you have sore throat, or you want to fight the common cold and infections, you can add cloves, ginger and honey. And if you are vegan, you can add a little jaggery or maybe even organic brown sugar to it, and then make sure you sip that water. It really helps relieve the common cold symptoms. So with this cumin tea or cumin water, it's also very useful in the weight loss, and that's our last health benefits, that this water or the cumin seeds can be a very helpful aid in weight loss. So what happens with the cumin, I have to read this because it's super important, that it increases the metabolism, it kicks your immune system, and now you just saw the health benefit, that it's so much useful for the digestive process. It naturally detoxes your body, and it also helps burn fat. And the most important part here is it helps you to burn the visceral fat, the abdominal fat that is very stubborn. So you might be doing all things right, but maybe those last pounds or the last things are not leaving you. Maybe cumin water might be the only solution you haven't tried. So give it a try for a couple of weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, and let us know that if they have how do you feel about it. So these cumin water, I have tried it, and I think it's super useful, and especially for the abdominal fat. So actually there are a lot of studies shown that with the subjects who tried cumin water and who didn't do it, and I think they used some kind of prescription drug for losing weight. Those the subjects who consumed cumin water actually lost more weight, so, and without any side effects. So it does help to lose weight. So if you are trying any kind of weight loss program or a diet, just maybe sneaking in the cumin water might be one of your make the chances to help you lose weight faster. But here is a little disclaimer that it really depends on the whole lifestyle. So just adding one thing in your diet, or taking out one thing from your diet, won't help you to be healthy or lose weight. It's always a package. That's what I think. So it's about healthy eating, it's about adding more veggies to your diet, it's also about exercising, working out regularly, it's also about your mindset. You have to make sure you are not taking any kind of stress, you're not overworked. So these all things add up to losing weight and becoming healthy. So of course cumin water or even any kind of diets, they are there to help you, but what happens is they cannot always be just they cannot always be just the one thing to lose weight or be healthy. There has to be the other kind of measures you have to take. So I do would like to take a moment here and talk Yes, Sampada, do try cumin water and let me know after 4 to 6 weeks how do you feel about it, because I do use it. I do use cumin water, and like last time I saw cinnamon is a very big thing in my diet, and I have been using it for a while now. It really helps, and of course we cook a lot with cumin and cumin powder. So even if it's not only water, but do incorporate a lot of cumin and cumin ground cumin. Thank you, Chroma. Okay, so now let me go back to what I was talking about, the diets. A couple of years ago, actually, in my husband's company, they had some kind of I don't want to take company's name, but they have some kind of weird shakes. Sorry, it's not weird, but they have some kind of shakes and powders. And me being in the field of dietetics, I'm actually kind of a little bit against any kind of diet major as such. I think it should be a lifestyle change, and it shouldn't be a diet. You do it for some time and then uh, it cannot be. I think it cannot. It's hard to sustain on these kind of diets. But anyway, husband's being husband, he went ahead, he bought that stuff, he started consuming it with his colleagues, and there were other ladies and people, gents from his company. They all did it together, which was a good group event for them, and everybody was tracking each other, and it was a very nice thing. But it lasted for, I think, maybe a month or so. And after that, after, of course, the shakes and the powder got over and everything, and they had to of course exercise. They have to eat a certain kind of diet, and I was actually supporting him. But after maybe, I think, 6 months or so, all those people who have started the diet, they started gaining what they have lost again, because of course these things, they cannot be a lifelong solution, right? They cannot be a sustainable solution to lead a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to really have your goal of a healthy weight or achieve a healthy lifestyle, you have to have a simple changes in your diet, which can be lifelong. So maybe you're having a salad in the afternoon. That's a very good thing. But maybe you try one day at a time, maybe once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, and maybe then for 6 8 months, make sure you at least have 4 times a week salad in the afternoon. And then you have to make sure the dressing, about the fat content, and what kind of dressing you are using and all that stuff. So the main point I'm stressing here is that if you want to try any kind of diet or any kind of weight loss regime, make sure it's a lifelong change, and it shouldn't be taxing to you. See, you are going to go on vacation, you are going to have celebrations, you are going to have different parties and all those occasions where it's okay, you are going to slip a little bit, and that's okay, because that's what life is about. You have to have fun with food, and that food brings people together, so we should be able to enjoy it. But the most important part is, when you are on any kind of diet, make sure that's a lifelong change. So see, these shakes and powders cannot last long. Any kind of weight loss things, they cannot last longer. You cannot keep taking them all the time. So what can you do is, you can go with the plant-based diet, because it's not going to go away. That's what our ancestors started ate all the time, and that's where they lived longer and they were healthier and better. So maybe the plant-based diet, and once in a while, those who are, of course, meat eaters, or they love white meat, chicken and fish and eggs, and they have that healthy wholesome diet, that really helps. So that's what I wanted to stress here, that yes, cumin aids in weight loss. It helps. Cumin water is a great solution, but we all have to make sure that these kind of diet tips or this are just a supplement in what we are doing. So apart from these cumin water, you have to still work out at least 30 minutes a day. You have to make sure that you eat healthy most of the days in a week, and maybe your meals consist a lot of plant based options, like lots of greens and orange and yellow, all shades of colors. And then you maybe meditate a little to relieve the stress, because with this kind of technological world, we are so busy all the time, that maybe we need to learn to step back. And if you are a person like me who is always going and doing stuff, we need to step back and listen to ourselves and meditate. And I think the whole package mind, body, and the spirit. All this leads to our weight loss program. That's what I wanted to stress here, that any kind of diet, make sure you do it wholesome. You make it a lifestyle change. So start with maybe cumin water, maybe 3-4 weeks you are doing it, make it a lifestyle, include it all the time. Then start with the salad, then include it. And that's what we do in our lifestyle change batches, that we teach people to it's not a weight loss program, but we help people to get healthier by changing one thing at a time. So maybe it might be including smoothies in the morning, and swiping your breakfast with just the smoothie. That's what, one change at a time, and that's when you see the difference. So clearly you can see this is my favorite topic, so I keep on talking about it. But let's get back to cumin. So those who join me later, let me recap our health benefits of cumin. So the first one is cumin is super important for digestion. It aids in digestion. It helps you digest food. Sorry, yeah, digest food in the stomach and intestine. Then cumin helps fight common cold, sore throat, and it relieves cough. So make sure you can use the cumin tea or cumin water. And last but not least, the cumin water is super helpful in losing weight. So there are a lot of studies showing that cumin water help a lot of subjects lose weight. Even and actually the title suggested that 1 teaspoon of this spice daily could help you lose 3 times as much body fat as decreased body fat. So try to use the cumin water as well. So, and I think, yes, we are a little bit above the time, but this was all about cumin, all the health benefits. If you have liked this video, and if you think this series is helping you guys, please leave your comment, and please share it with your friends. If you think all the spices and their health benefits are important, and they can be benefited from what we are sharing here, make sure please you share our videos with your friends. And I'm very thankful for all those who join me live on Facebook, and also very thankful to all those who watch these videos later. So please don't forget to leave comment. Please share our videos, and if you would like to explore any new spice with us, please suggest the spice name, and next time onwards we'll try to include that spice in our spice series. Thank you for joining, and see you next time with a new spice. Thank you again. Bye.